even those people in the world that you've probably listened to before that aren't Christian will tell you that the Bible has the most wisdom in it of any other book on earth. Why do they say that? Because it's true. Obviously, I believe it's more, right? The Word is God. I believe that. It's the truth. But think about those things. When you start to think about, what is good, what is evil, why do I think that's good or evil? Was it already written in me? Because you look at what the Bible always tells us, that we were born into sin, right? So when you're a little kid, not every little kid is like this, but plenty of little kids are. I would say like 99% of them. What do they start doing when they can walk and say a couple words? Mine. We don't hit. Right? We don't hit. This is mine. Selfishness, right? We don't teach people. We don't have to teach you selfishness. It's in you. I know it stinks, but it's in you. You're born into sin, and that's why each person has to make their own decision to accept God into their lives. It's important. That's why I'm talking right now. It's because a lot of people, they make it through the whole childhood. They make it through their whole adulthood. Some people in places that don't have what we have right now and what we're watching, they don't even know who Jesus is or ever heard of Jesus. They might have heard of some God. That's hard to believe in 2024, about to be 2025. That's hard to believe that there's a place on earth where they don't have internet and they never heard of Jesus. But how do you think everybody knows? Everybody that has access knows? Or at least heard the story of Jesus dying on the cross. But you always have to remember that most people that have heard the story don't understand it. So we keep going back to evil, and instead of shunning evil and pursuing peace, we continue to follow evil, fall into evil, put ourselves in evil situations, and then wonder why our lives are crap. That's the tough one. Proverbs 16:6 says, iniquity is atoned for by loyalty and faithfulness, and one turns from evil by the fear of the Lord. It's got to start somewhere. The beginning of wisdom is the fear of the Lord. And then someone will say, well, I feel like I'm smart and I don't fear the Lord. You could be smarter. Just because you're smart doesn't make you wise. Sorry, I said it. I'm not particularly smart, but I feel that God has given me wisdom to be able to help people. Because not everybody gets it. Not everybody gets wisdom. Not everybody gets discernment. But I prayed for it a lot. And one of the things that drove me to pray for it a lot, one of the things that really helped me was when I prayed for wisdom when my mom passed away. because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to do. And maybe you lost someone close to you. But I prayed, give me wisdom. I didn't pray for anything else for a lot of times. Lost my mom, got a divorce, went through all these things. And the first thing that I always prayed for was wisdom. Give me wisdom. I need wisdom to make these decisions. Because now I've got myself in a whirlwind of trouble because of bad choices. And now, how do I get myself out of it? I need wisdom. I need wisdom, and I believe wisdom is this thing in between here and here. It's like this wisdom where it's like, it's like a CPU or a processor in between the memory and the motherboard. It's the thing that does all the processing. I know I make everything into an analogy, but it is what it is, right? So we've talked about Proverbs 3:7 says, don't be wise in your own eyes, fear the Lord and turn away from evil. Psalm 34:14 says, turn away from evil and do what is good, seek peace and pursue it. 1 Peter 3:11 says, and let him turn away from evil and do what is good. Let him seek peace and pursue it. And then lastly, we talked about Proverbs 16:6 says, iniquity is atoned for by loyalty and faithfulness, and one turns from evil by the fear of the Lord. Most of the things, I would say almost all of the things that I turn away from is because I fear that God wouldn't like it. Because most of the things, me, Andy, I would love it. Doesn't mean it's good. Isaiah 1:16-17 says, wash yourselves, cleanse yourselves, remove your evil deeds from my sight. Stop doing evil. Learn to do what is good. Pursue justice. Correct the oppressor. Defend the rights of the fatherless. Plead the widow's cause. So, that'll be my segue into the next thing that we'll talk about. The rights of the fatherless.